Hi guys, welcome to our channel Coding with Karthik. So today we are going to discuss about Python strings in detail. So we'll be discussing about how to access and how to do the slicing of the strings and how to do the modification and formatting and uses of escape characters in strings. And there are a lot of methods in strings which are really useful in real-time projects. So please be focused since strings are very important and all the methods and strings are really helpful during the projects. So before we start the session, I request you to please subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik, and if you like our tutorials, please like and share the videos to your friends or colleagues. So thank you for watching our videos. So let's begin the session. So first of all, what is string? So as you can see here, I have defined one variable a equal to like in double quotes I have given hi comma welcome. So here you can observe string is kind of sequence of characters and also like which is enclosed in double quotes or single quotes, or it can like if you have the multi-line string you have to use the three quotes, either single or double quote. Okay, and let me give you one for multi-line thing, right? Suppose if you want to give new line, so here you can see, right, if you use only one code, either single or double quote, you have to, it is showing an syntax error, right? So for multi-line we have to use the three quotes actually. So here we can have multi-line string. So this is how to define the strings in Python. And now how to access the string characters. So let's say if you want to access all the characters in string, right, one by one after one, then you can simply use for loop. So for I and j and print I. So if you run this code, see here. So it is accessing all the characters in the string, right? So this is how to access all the characters in string. So this is useful when you want to iterate all the characters in string. So then you can use this for loop. And suppose if you want to access the specific character. So basically string also same as list. I mean same as list in the sense it is also have the index based access. That means you can use index to access the string characters. So let me give an example. So if you want to access I'll say specific character at 5. So if you do this, see this is E, right? So that means we can use index to access the since why it is. So you can see that index is like 0 1 and comma is 2 and space is 3 and W is 4 and E is 5. So you have given a comma 5, so that's why it is printing character at fifth position, which is E. So this is how the how to access the string. And next thing, if you want to slice the string, that means suppose if you want to access string from specific position to the between the two specific position, I mean. So for that we can use slicing operators in Python. So basically it is similar to the list. Suppose if you want to access the if you want to slice the string from the fifth position to the end of the string, right, then you can simply use the colon. So let me just print out this. See, it is printing from fifth character to the till end of the string. And let's say if you want to access from the starting of the string till specific index, then we can use this way. So colon 5. So if I run this, see this, it is getting from the starting of the string till that specific index we have mentioned. So that means it is same as the list. We have to use the colon with that index. So that's why we can access the we can slice the string. And if you similar like if you want to access from specific between two specific positions, right? Then we can use this way 2 colon 5. Let's say let me do 2 colon 6. See this. Now it is giving from the second character to the till this character, right? Yeah. So this is how it works. And Next thing, how to do the modification of the strings. So if you want to do the modification, there are methods in strings. Like let's say if you want to convert the entire string to the uppercase, so then you can use upper of, so it will convert entire string into the uppercase. So see, right, so every character in the string is converted into the uppercase letter, so we can use upper of method. Suppose if you want to convert to the lowercase set, then you can use lower of. So if you use this, you can see that every character in the string is converted into the lowercase. So, and if you want to split the string based on like, I mean to say, like based on specific character. That means suppose if you want to split the split the string based on comma, let's say. So, sorry, split of method. So if I use this C, right, so it is splitting based on the comma. So we can provide the character which one we have to consider for splitting the string. So I have given comma, so that's it is splitting the character at comma. So if you have let's say you have one more comma, so thank you, let's say. So if you split this, you can see that we have three words in the, and again we get the three elements in the string. So basically it is converting, it is returning the list with the splitting of the string based on the specified character. Okay, so this is how split of method works. And if you want to replace specific, suppose if you want to replace hi with hello, then you can use replace of method. So where you have to provide the, let's say I have to provide hi and this should be replaced with the hello. So let's see this now. So that means if you want to replace the specific word or specific character in the in Python, we can use replace of method. Okay, so then it will replace the specific string or specific word in the substring. Let's say substring in the string. Okay, and this is how it works. And this is how to do the modification. Okay, and let's say just if you want to check either string is existing I mean either substring is existing stringlet, then we can use just print in method. That means let's say I can give let's say hi int a. So see, it is printing through, right? So that means hi is existing string A. So that's why we can use this character. Or otherwise, if you want to check not in, you can use not in. So you see it false, since it is existed. So if you use a not in, it will give you the false. So let me write something like this. Okay. See this, it is true since this HID is not exist in the string. So that's what is becoming true. So this is how to check the substrings are existing or not. So this is how it is in and not in method. So and also in Python strings we don't have specific methods to insert the specific character. I mean to insert the specific character at the specified position. So let's say if you want to insert let's say something like um, just let's say, so we want to insert specific character after comma, let's say, then I have to use like there is no default methods in string to insert at specific position. So let's say if you want to replace if you want to insert some character after comma, right, then I can use something like which I want to throw, let's say fourth character have to insert. So I'm just trying to insert this one. So I'm just printing this one. See this. So that means if you want to insert a specific I mean if you want to insert substring at specific position, then we have to use this way. So we have to first here, that means we are slicing the string till that position, and we are just concatenating that string and again we are just concurring back the remaining string to the new string. So that means if you want to insert, here it is like we are inserting the substring at position 4, so that's why we are using this way, right? And also like there is other way, like we can convert this string to the list, and again you can use the list method to insert the character or substring. Then once that is done, again you have to convert back that list to the string. So that is how like there are two ways. Either you can go with this way, or you can use that list converting list, and again you can convert back to the string. So let's see that also, like how to do that. Suppose if you want to convert, let's say it's a b equal to, you can convert the entire list, then it will give you the list of characters. Instead of that, I will just split based on the comma, maybe. Yeah, let's see. So a dot let's split based on that. So if I just convert to the list, right? So let's check first what is b. So here say it is base, it is each character is coming as element in the list. So since we have converting string to the list using list of typecasting method, so that's why the b is become as a list. Now you can insert it after comma, then we can use p dot insert of. So that means 0 1 2 3 at third position, right? So then I can give 3 comma 0. So again if I print back this, see now it got inserted, right? This how are you. Now I have to what I have to do is have to rejoin this list to the, I mean we have to convert this list to the string. So to do that I can use like dot join of p. So if I print out this, series. So now how are you got inserted in the fourth position, I mean at the third position. So that means first we are converting this string to the list, then we are inserting using the list insert of method. So once that is done, we are using this join of operation. So here we are mentioning it just blank, so that means it is joining back that list elements as a string a. So this is how it works, okay? And next thing is do the formatting. So formatting in the sense, suppose if you have any dynamic substring that have to be placed in between strings, I mean in between like some positions in the string, okay? That means let's say hi, so I have some dynamic parameter name. So let's say I have to give name, and you have like hi, welcome, and let's say please subscribe to please subscribe to our channel, okay? So this is I have something. So now the formatting in the sense, I have given placeholders in the flower bracket. So this is one placeholder and this is second placeholder. So instead of this placeholder, I have to replace this placeholders with the specific dynamic value. Let's say hi Karthik. So hi someone, like I can give like something, I mean I can give some name. So hi Karthik, welcome, please subscribe to channel Coding with Karthik. So I can do like this. So this is what formatting. So to do that, we have the function has format. So if you use the format, we have the two placeholders, right? So we can provide two parameters. We can pass two parameters to this function. So that depends on the how many placeholders we have. If you have the three placeholders, you can pass the three parameters. So it's all depends on the, like how many, it depends on the how many placeholders you have in the string. So let's say let me give like coding with Karthik. So if I print out a, sorry, sorry, here it is just replacing. I have to assign back to the a here. So this is, so if I run this, see. That means here this format is function like I'm just assigning this. I mean, it is just returning the new string with the replacement, right? So that's why I have to assign it back to the again a. Then I can, if I print the a, you can see the output, right? Hi Karthik, welcome. Please subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik. So this is how the format works. But in sometimes, uh, suppose if you haven't, suppose if you gave this format in this way, right? So uh, sometimes it might be problem since you have to give the same order when you pass the parameters. That means if you swap the parameter, then again even this meaning also will change, right? So to make sure that part, so we can give this index of these parameters. That means I can give 0 and I can give 1. So then this order is doesn't matter. I mean this order, let me give you an example. So if I run this, you can see it is giving output, right? So let's say you have given 0 1. So let me just 0 1, right? So let me give like so welcome to. So now, so I have given index 1 2 times, right, for placeholder. So that means I want to replace these placeholders with the I mean with the parameters which is at first which is at position 1. That means for here the parameters are like this is at 0th position and this is at first position, right, and at position 1. So that means if you use this for I mean play index instead the placeholders, we can make sure that we can reuse this passing arguments. And also like there I mean without changing these parameters we can change this placeholder placing. I mean we can change the placeholders to the other place irrespective of this order, right? So this is the usage of indexing, using index in say with the placeholders. Okay, if I run this, so see this. So welcome to Coding with Karthik. Hi Karthik. So welcome. Please subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik. So that means this is how the formatting works in Python. And now escaping characters. Okay. So escaping characters in nothing but suppose if you want to use the special characters like new line, new line and all the new line characters. So then we have to use the escape character in Python. So please subscribe to our channel. Okay, let me just give the string. Now, if you want to give the double quotes to this, let's say I have channel name Coding with Karthik. So I'm just printing this one. So here my use case is suppose if I want to do the give the double quote for this string again. So let me try to give that what is happening. Let's see. So it is throwing error, right? So that means if you want to use any special characters like these quotations or any new line character, if you want to give the tab spaces or anything, you have to use the backslash, which is used to which is allows to use the special characters or escape characters in the which is allows to use the escape characters in the string. Suppose if I execute this, see. So welcome, please approach coding with Karthik, right? So that means we have to use the backslash with that specified character like new line character or a tab character or quotation. So we are saying this as a escape characters. Okay. So this is double quote escape character. Suppose if you want to use a new line character, right? Suppose hi. So here I want to use a new character, then I have to use a backslash that end. So if I run this, you can see it after welcome, it is shifting to the new line. So we are getting this line. And if you want to give the tab spaces, right, you can use this backslash t. Then it will give you the tab space. So these are all escape characters. So you cannot directly use these escape characters. You have to use a backslash to make sure that will give you the specified output without any syntax error. So this is how to use the escape characters in strings. So next, other methods in Python strings. So let's go one by one. So if you want to, let's say, let me just remove the escape characters. Suppose if you want to get the count of count of occurrences of the specific character or specific substring, right? So we can use count of we have to provide that substring. So if I run this, the count is 1 since the width is only at single place, so that's why it is giving the 1. Suppose if I check something like, again if I give let's say if I give let's say if I give p, let's say if I give n, okay, it is giving 3 since the n is at 3 places, right here and here, right? So that's why it is giving the count as 3. That means if you want to return the how many, if you want to get the number of occurrences of the specific substring or character, you can use the count of method. And next is, if you want to check either string starting with the specific character or the specific substring, you can use a start with. So I can use welcome, so which will return the true or false. So see, it is becoming true since this is starting with the welcome, right? So that's what it is keep becoming. So if you want to check either string is ending with a specific substring, then you can use ends with. So if you run this, see, it is false since it is not ending with the welcome, right? So it is ending with the Karthik. Suppose if I gave that Karthik, it is becoming true. That means the string is ending with a Karthik, so that's why it is becoming true. So if you want to check any kind of scenarios, then you can, if you want to check either string starting with specific substring, you can use the start with, and if you want to check at the end, you can use the ends with. And next method is find. So if you want to check the either substring is existing, and if you want to get that position right, you can use the find of method. Suppose if I run this is giving 0 since it is starting position 0, so that's why it is giving 0. Suppose if I write please, so it is giving 9 since it is the position of this place is at 9, right? So that's why it is giving the 9. And suppose if you want to, like, let's say you have uh, please, let's say have please, like, suppose I have placed 2 times, right? Suppose if I run this, still it is giving 9. So suppose if you want to check the last occurrence, I want to check the position of the substring where it is kind of last occurrence of the specific word. So that means here this is the last occurrence, right? Last occurrence of the please word. So if you want to get this position of the last occurrence of this word, then have to use the R find. So R find you can consider as a, it will check from the right side, okay? Or you can consider as a R right side. So if you just check this, so something, yeah, sorry, here it is spelling mistake, so that's what is against giving the 9. So if I just execute this, so see, it is giving 58, so that means it is checking from the right side arm, so that's why it is giving this 58 position in the string. And next is index. So if you, there's one more method, that is index of, this is also works in the same way. So it is giving 9 now, and if you want to check the last occurrence of the word, you can use the R index, which will give the last occurrence of this word. So it is giving 58, right? But there's one difference between the find and index method, that is, suppose, sorry, suppose if I try to find out substring which is not exist, okay, something like uh, something like thanks, okay. So this is not existing in string, right? So if you try to find out, the find method is giving the -1. So that means if the string is not exist in the if substring is not exist in the string, then it gives the -1 if you use the find method. But if you use index method, it will throw an error. So see that even if you see this definition of the find method, so return 1, return -1 and failure. But so if you use index of method, So rise value error when the substring is not found. That means if I run this, see value the substring not found. So this is the difference. That means if the substring is not found, the index of method will throw an error, but find method will return -1. So this is the difference between the find and index method. And next thing is strip method. So suppose if you want to remove the spaces, let's say if you want to remove the spaces at beginning of the string and at the end of the string, let's say you have the lot of spaces, okay. So if you want to strip, or if you want to if you want to remove the spaces, you can use the strip of method. So if you print out this, see the spaces got removed. So if you don't strip it, so let's say first what is the a, see you can see the spaces, right? So maybe here in the console you cannot see properly, but the actual thing is, let's say, let me do one thing. Suppose you have space, let's say you have high, you have high, just let me compare high equal to high, okay. See, it is giving false since we have, it has a space at the beginning and the end of the string, right? So if you want to remove, you can use strip of method. So just let me compare the strip of, so just compare with this. See, true. Since if you do the strip method, if you use the strip method, right, it removes the space at beginning and end of the string. So that's why it is becoming equal to the high. So I mean, since it doesn't have any space at beginning and starting it, so this is the use of strip of method. And if you want to remove the spaces at the right side of the string, you can use r strip, and like if you can use r strip, right? Just check this, it is false since the r strip will just say like it remove the characters at the right side, I mean at the right side of the string. So that means it will be something equal to this. So see, that means it removes the character at the starting at the end of the string, I mean at the right side. So, and if you use the next thing else strip, it will remove the character at the starting. So that means character at the starting there won't be any there won't be any spaces. So it remove the spaces at the starting. So if I use this, see becoming true since I have removed this. It is removing the space at the starting, and the space at the end is as it is. So that's why it is becoming the true. And basically strip method is to remove the spaces at beginning and end of the string, and if you want to remove at the end of the string, you have to use the r strip method. If you want to remove the spaces only at the starting of the string, you can use the l strip method. And next is title of method. So hi, welcome, thank you for watching. Okay, I have one string. Suppose if I use title of method, let's see what is the output. See, so each word in the string is become uppercase. So this is the title of, this is because of we are using title of method. That means if you use the title of method, it will you can see the definition also. So each word is each word starting character is becoming uppercase, become uppercase. So see this, so each word is starting with the uppercase. So this is how the title of method works. So if you use upper of method, so it will convert all the characters into the uppercase in the string. But if you use the title of method, it will just do the uppercase of the first character in the each word of the string. So this is difference between the title of and upper of method. And if you use the capitalized method, so it will only do the, it will only, so it will only convert the starting character of the string. So see this, starting at h is converting the uppercase, but remaining characters are same. So if you want to just capitalize the first character of the string, then you can use the capitalize. But if you want to capitalize the starting character of the each word in the string, then you have to use the title of method. So this is the difference between title and capitalize method. And there are few methods which can return the boolean value by checking, like let's say is alpha. So this method is kind of will return true when all the characters in the strings are only alpha bits. So, so if I run this false, since even it has a special characters like comma, like and this one, and it has spaces, right? So that's what is becoming the false. Suppose if I just have the high, so true, since it has only alphabets. And if you want to check, it has alphanumeric values. So since false, it can have the alphabets and as well as the numerics. So even if I provide the like 3, right, so since still it becomes true, since we have the all we are using alphanum. So a string can have the either alphabets or numerical values, then it will return the true. And if you want to check, it is digit, so then you can use is digit of method. So then it will true in all the characters, or if the string value is digit, so then it will return the true. And next is lower. So if all the characters are lowercase, then it will return the true. So it is false since it is having because let's say if I give the alphabets, it is becoming true, right? So if I just change, let's say if I give one more uppercase, then it is becoming false. That means if all the characters in the string are lowercase, then it will give the true if you use the is lower. So if you want to check the all characters are uppercase, then you can use the is upper of. So if I run this, it is true, right? So since all the characters are uppercase, suppose if I make one is lower, then say it is becoming false. So since this second character is lowercase, right? So that's why it's becoming false. So this is how it works. And you can check either it has title or not. So if you check this, it is true since the first character is this one, right? So if I have one more word, just welcome. So sorry. So if I have hi welcome, so it is false since this second word character is lowercase, right? So if you make this as also uppercase, so apparent true since it seems to be titled, right? So that's why it is becoming true. So this is the usage of these characters. And yeah, I forgot to say one thing, like when you use the formatting operators, let's say uh, you were let's say if you want to let's say when you do the formatting, right? Suppose basically in strings that if you want to concatenate anything like numbers, so hi, so here is the pricing of the here is the pricing, okay? Suppose let's say if you want to attach the number to the string directly, right? So it won't work. So just let me give you thing. So see, it is showing error because it is see it can only convert the string to the string. So that means we have to convert this string to the this way. Then if I run this, it is working, right? So without any issue. But if you use the formatting function, it won't there won't be any issue with the data type. So that means you can use this one, and you can use dot format of 56, let's say. So if I run this, see, so here we need to convert this format. So if you use the format of function, it will automatically convert this values to the string. Then it will attach that values to the string. So this is how it works. So this is the user format. So if you use the normal plus operator, then you have to convert the data type to the string. Then only you can attach to the string, right? So that's the difference between the plus operator and the format operator. Format method. So this is about all the string methods. So I hope you enjoy the session. So that's it for the session. And the next session we will be discussing about Python functions. Functions are really useful and very important. So please follow my videos and don't miss the coming up session. Okay. and thank you for watching my videos. And please subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik, and please like the videos and share the videos if you think this tutorial is helpful. And thank you for watching my videos.